Welcome. This is Adeline with Adejuan's Art Dolls, and we're here to work on Priscilla again. We're going to make this girl beautiful. Look at her. Her modeling turned out so pretty. See how the modeling gives a layer of skin tone. See, you can see that from the flange. But it gives a level of skin tone, and I love it because it puts a lot of depth in her skin. Let me move the camera up just a tinge so that you guys can see her good, because she's going to be a beautiful girl. Today, we're going to put start the layers of her skin tones. So before we get into it, go down and hit that like button, share this video, give me a comment or two, and subscribe to the channel if you've not done that. Those things are really appreciative. They help the algorithm get to moving in my way. Mm. But and very appreciative. I thank you for that. So today we're going to we've already done her 3 layers of her base coat. So now we're going to get into doing her actual skin layers. And we had this little bit left over, so you know what we do with this little bit? We always add the next color to it to bring it just somewhat darker. And the next color is number 5, layer 5. So we're going to put that much in there. Then we're going to add a little bit of uh, glazing, satin glazing liquid, and some of my water. A little bit of the water because I know this is going to make it thick. And it's going to have some water by the time it all get mixed in. It's going to be really thick. And let's see. Get this glazing liquid here and add some drops. Oh, probably, I don't know, 10 or so. I added 15, okay? And you just add what you think you need per what the um, paint that you use, not necessarily what the water and all of the other stuff that you used. And I'm going to get my water out because I know I'm going to need it once I get all of the little dark spots out of this paint here. I buy some of my authentic kits from Bountiful Baby, and when I thought that I wanted to do this back in the day, excuse me, it was probably around 2010 or so. I had bought a kit. I bought the whole thing. I have Genesis paints down here that came in that kit, but they sent the body was Cheyenne. And, you know, I don't know what I was thinking. I looked at it, I guess, when I first got the kit, but it just never dawned on me that it wasn't, that she didn't have full arms and legs. And I really like full arms and leg. I'm not particular on those bodies that, the 3/4 bodies and anything smaller than that. Um, with their limbs being smaller than that, I'm just not really on those kind of bodies. So what I did earlier today was I have wanted to paint that kit. And so what I did was, I ordered me another set of um, arms and legs so that I could make Cheyenne be a full arm and legs girl. Let me see. Because she is, her arms and legs are Tessa's arms and legs. She's a reborn. Tessa is a reborn. And so I ordered the arms and legs to Tessa. She is a 19 and a half inch baby. And Cheyenne is a 19-inch baby. So I felt like that would work. And I don't have a 19-inch body, but I do have a 20-inch body. So she's going to be just put together. She's going to be really put together. That's the only way I can really say that. But yesterday, or the last video that I made, um, I was doing the modeling, and this is what the skin looks like now with the modeling on it. And I love how that looks. That puts a lot of depth into the legs and arms and head. It don't make the body look so flat. Don't make the skin tone look flat. It gives it some depth. See how the arms are? I love it. I think that they are so pretty. And this is her head. Yeah, I showed you her. See? That just looks so pretty to me. I love how after it sits all night, that the colors kind of meld together and really look like a layer of skin. So now we're going to actually start the skin tones. And I don't know if I started with 5 or not because this looks like 5. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and put 5 on. But I did want it to be a little bit darker than this. Since we have those 3 light layers on the base layers, we could have done with we could have made this be a little darker. But that's all right. We'll work with it today. And we'll get everything done and get her pounced out. And then we'll go into some darker layers the next time. She's going to be so pretty. I can't wait to see what actually her color is going to be, because I stop when they say stop. It's just that feeling that you get that she's saying, stop it, you're putting too much on me. I have no clue as to what kind of hair I'm going to put on her. I don't know if I want it straight or curly. I have to actually see what skin tone she winds up being. She has a big head, so I'll try to stay with some of the easier, put some afro hair on her. But I have to see what she's going to turn out to look like, because I know she's going to be pretty. A pouncing brush, just my kabuki brush. Excuse me. She has a little coochie lip right there and has a big little dent up on there. Okay. And then look it over, make sure I don't see any hairs or anything on it. Sometimes I forget to do that. While it's on my mind, let me go ahead and do it. I see her veins and her modeling, and she looks really nice already. I think that I only want to put one layer of this color on her, and then I'm going to, because actually it looks like this is the color I started off with her base color. So I'm gonna put one layer, and then I'm going to go to a darker layer. Somehow I keep taking videos in horizontal, no, in vertical, and the picture keeps coming out horizontal. And I don't know how to change that. Then every now and then I can find a crop page to crop it, but it's too late. I've already downloaded the thing. And so I'm trying, guys. Like I said before, I'm not a tech girl. I can do everything else with the tech stuff. I just cannot get it. We don't do a whole lot on the phone. I have an iPhone. I don't do half the stuff on that sucker, because I'm from the old school. In my generation, we only just had a phone and we talked on it. We didn't do all this other stuff. So, to get to do all of this other stuff is just too much for me. And I just rather do what I normally do, and that's talk. So I have to learn how to use this equipment when it comes to this editing and figuring out how to do certain things on the phone, on the computer. I just have to figure that out. I have to ask the Lord to help me because I need some help, and I don't have anybody to help or um, anybody volunteering anything because I just don't have the money to pay you. So uh, anything comes this way have to be volunteered. Uh, I've been sick this year. My mom passed. I've been sick. And I've not made a whole lot of money this year. Just a little. Not enough to do hardly anything with. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm still living, still eating, breathing. You know, um, um, it's just getting my equipment and whatever I need to make stuff with. That's the only thing that's suffering. I don't. I mean, like I said, I'm eating, I'm sleeping. Nothing's getting cut off. So I'm good. God's still taking care of me. And that's the biggest part. That's the part I appreciate the most. And guys, I apologize when I stumble in my words and all of that. I am an introvert. This is just new to me. I hate it, and hate it more to do presentations. They freaked me out to be in front of somebody speaking or saying something that just freaked me out more than anything. I felt like I was having a nervous breakdown when I had to do stuff like that. So, you know, this, uh, knowing that I have an audience, that freaks me out as well. But I don't know how to edit, and what you see is the real me. This is not a put on act. It's not, a fake story. This is me. Um, I don't portray to be the best. I don't portray to be someone I'm not. I've always been that way. It's always that I've never liked being false. I never cared for false hair, false nails, false lashes. I just never have cared for all of that. Of course, me doing this, I am wearing false nails, okay? But I do like my nails. But I've tried to wear lashes. I've tried to wear wigs, hair pieces. I don't know. I'll do it for a minute, and after that minute, I'm over with it. So you know, one day, when I worked, I wore makeup every day when I worked. Every single day I wore makeup. And as soon as I retired, that came off. And it's been off ever since. But I do like my makeup. And I said that I was going to start back to do that again. And I've bought a whole lot of makeup. And I still have not done that. Every blue moon, I think that I want to be glamorous. And I'll go in there and I'll make my face up and look right cute. And I'll walk around the house. It won't be where I'm going anywhere to wear it out. But like I said, I'm an introvert. And I do a lot of things inside my house. And I'm happy. Um, I'm not a sad person. And because I don't have time to be sad, I do too much to be sad. So um, I um, just do me, and basically that's what I do. I just do me. I have some back injuries, so uh, they're not going anywhere too soon, and I just take it easy around the house. Know my limitations and pray a lot. Pray for the Lord to keep me standing so that I don't wind up on my back and not being able to move or get up and do what I need to do. So I am so sorry. Let me try to make that a little better. Okay. Is that a little better? Yep, that gives me a little bit movement. Yeah. But we are just putting the first layer of skin tones on this baby. And it's time for her to get beautified now. And that's where we headed for her, starting to get her layers beautified. I got, I've been working with Johanna, um, and she's over here being sealed. Well, it is. Her hair is getting sealed in, so I've been working with her. I also still working with my custom because I'm just taking my time in um, doing his hair. And so, because I had other babies that I needed to get hair on a little quicker than him. So, that's what I've been doing. But I just bounce around and I do a lot. But I do different things to different babies. You know, today I may do some rooting. Today I may do some painting. The next day I may do this, and I just erase the monotony. I don't have to do the same thing every day, all day. And that's what keeps it more interesting to me that um, I can just change up and do what it is that I do because I love this. Making these babies. These babies are most intriguing to me. They are up for sale. These babies that you see are up for sale. They are in my soap shop, justsoapsyall.com. And they have a page that's the doll shop. The babies are on sale and will be on sale until December the 30th, I guess. That's the last day of December. The last day of December. I don't know if we have 30 or 31 days, but either or, the last day in December. And so if you're looking for a beautiful baby, very well made, um, please head on over there and check out what I have in stock. Like I said, I have reduced these babies. Um, I can't give them away, but I have reduced their prices. You can order off of that page. It's a secured site. I don't see any of your information. So you don't ever have to worry about me scamming you because that's not me. If you do get scammed, it is not me. I don't see anybody's credit card information. The only thing I see is an order blank. I fill the order, I ship it out to you. Other than that, I am done. That's a done deal with me. So it is a very secured site. I have some people who keep asking me about a particular soap. And when I tell them, and the soap has been in the shop, I don't, they seem to want to come and, they seem not to want to go to my website. But the young lady told me that she doesn't trust me to order from my site, but want to come to my home and buy from me. Well, I mean, if you don't trust my website, what makes you think that I'm going to trust you to come to my house? Girl, get a life. It don't work like that. So for a bar of soap, baby, I don't need it. I do not need it. Because if you can't buy from the website, which is, like I said, secure, um, I don't see any of your information. I only see what you put on your order blank as far as your mailing address and billing address. Other than your credit card information, I don't see anything of that nature. I think it's your last four of your card on there. or something. I don't know. But because I don't never worry about that because I never see that. So that's not my worry. But anyway, um, yeah. And then I have people who want to call me and place an order and then want me to meet them. Well, I don't know them. I'm not doing that either. And then when I tell them where they can go order it, they don't go order it. So that makes me be another little leery, little bit of leeriness of what did you want with me? Because you wanted to place an order, and if you, I'm telling you where to go get the order, but you want me to meet you. So if I tell you I can't meet you and you don't place the order, then there was something up with that. That you didn't really want the order, and I'm not sure what you wanted with me. So no, we wasn't born yesterday. So we don't do that either. So, me having a website is for customers who don't see me at an event to buy from me. They would still have somewhere to purchase if I'm not at an event or they run out of something and need it or want it in a hurry or whatever before they see me the next time. Because I do have an itinerary on my site that will let you know where I'm going to sell. So, um, if someone wants something, they can order it and it ships out within the first 2 days. I asked for 3 days, but usually I don't need 3 days unless it's something that I have to prepare because I didn't do my inventory and left it on the site and I didn't have it in stock and I might have to prepare it, then I might need those 3 days. But other than that, I really don't. Um, I try to keep up on my inventory, um, so that that doesn't happen. But I'm not. Um, I'm not into being hurt. I'm being cautious, as this world is too treacherous out here uh, to do things sometimes. Um, just running off meeting somebody. I'm just that's not my game. The way people getting snatched up, misused and abused. No, that's just not my game. See, we'll have to do a blush layer and we'll have to do another creasing layer because some of the paint has come off of the creasing areas. and so we'll have to bring that back, and then put a few layers of skin tone, and then we'll be doing detailing, and you know it'll all come together. And I think she's going to be really pretty. She favors Elise. Cassie Grace has another baby called Elise, and I bought him back in 2016. He is an authentic kid. I bought him back in 2016, and he has been my love. Um, he is a Caucasian baby, and that doesn't matter to me. Um, um, and I will not take him apart and make him over. He will always be that baby to me. Um, I had him on my profile on Facebook or on some site. I think it was on Facebook at once upon a time, and people thought he was my grandson. So, um, um, no, I don't have any grandchildren. I wished, but I don't have any. And now it's okay. It wasn't okay for a long time. I used to ask my daughter to give me a grandchild. You need to have a baby. You need to have a baby. Um, when she was grown now. I never asked her that before she got grown. Um, I remember when they went to school and they got out of school, everything was fine. And then they got out of school and went back the next year. And she came in the very first day of school and she said, Mama, guess what? I said, what? She said, everybody is pregnant in school. I said, not you. Not you, girl. She said, no, Mama, not me. But everybody is pregnant. Do you know they put a daycare in the school? I said, really? She said, mm-hmm. It was that many people that was pregnant. So I thought, my goodness. So what was y'all doing over the summer holidays? Well, that showed what they were doing actually. Uh, but yeah, and she was still in what grade was she in then? The ninth? Yeah, in the ninth grade. So, oh my goodness, these babies having babies. I always wondered about that when I was coming up, and my friends was having babies, and we were in the ninth grade too. And I just thought, oh my goodness. And I had a friend, and her mom, because my mother wasn't as strict as she was on her daughter, she used to always call me a lot of names. And you all can guess what those names are, but it wasn't me. It was her daughter. Her daughter got pregnant when he was in the ninth grade, and by the time I had my first child, hell, her son was grown. So, then and I was married when I had my first child. Um, I don't think she ever got married, and especially not to the children. I think she had two kids, but not to their daddies. But her mom saw me in later years, And then she was like, "And how many children do you have?" I said, "Two." "Well, are you married?" "Yes, to their daddy." "Oh, I wish da da da." I'm not gonna call no names, but I wish she had gotten married. Well, can't help that. But she was having babies way back when. I wasn't thinking about doing what she was doing. So it's okay for people to do what they do. Just watch who you call names. Don't call people names because more than likely it's somebody that's walking in your behind you that those names go with, not the person you actually calling that name. See, they called me those names because my mother wasn't real strict on us as far as how well we had to come in at a certain time, but it wasn't when it got dark. I mean, you're in the ninth grade and you have to be in the house when it gets dark. Okay, I had to be in the house when it got dark when I was 9 or 10 years old, but not when I was 14 or 15. I could stay out a little longer than after it got dark. So, um, yeah. She actually had her first child, and her mom actually had another child after she had that child. So, I, okay. Uh, my mom had 8 children, and none of us had any children while she was having babies. So, that just wasn't the way it went in our family. So, not that I'm bragging. I'm not bragging on that at all. It's just that it's a level of respect, and we respected our mom. You know, I was, um, I get in trouble sometimes, and I was driving, and nothing seriously, but I love to drive, and I didn't have driver's license, and so I was with a friend, and he was letting me drive his vehicle, and we come around this street, and where they had the stop sign was just a crazy place where they had the stop sign. And I did not see the stop sign until after I passed it. But I also noticed that there was a policeman officer sitting right over across the street from where I did that. And I looked at him and I said, "Oh my goodness, was that just a stop sign?" And he says, "Yeah, you just ran it." And I thought, "Oh my goodness, the police is sitting right over there." And sure enough, here he comes. Yeah. So we sitting there, and they took me to jail. And it was a few days before my birthday, and I was supposed to have gotten a tape recorder. And so we go to jail. My sister was in the car. She wanted pizza. And at that particular time, I didn't even eat pizza. I didn't even like pizza. And I really pizza's not really a big thing with me today. I mean, that's not my go-to, but not at all. But she wanted pizza, so we was headed to get her pizza when that happened, and so we all go to jail, and they more or less just followed me down there because I rode in the back of the squad car. And so we get down to the jail, and they asked me if I wanted to make a phone call. I told them no. And you don't want to make a phone call? No. Do you have anybody to call? No. What about your parents? No, can't call them. And so my sister says, "Girl, you should have took that phone call and called Mama." I said, "Mm-mm, nope, I'm not getting ready to call Mama." And so she left out hollering, "Well, I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna call her right now." I said, "Well, that's you. I'm not gonna call her." And so my tape recorder was gonna cost um that was back in the 60s. So my tape recorder was probably gonna cost 60 something dollars. It was a nice tape recorder at that particular time. And but I wasn't gonna call my mother for her to come and get me out. And my sister called her, and the next thing I know, up pops my mom. She didn't ask me any questions. Well, she did ask me what was I doing to get in jail. And I said, "Well, I was driving." "Well, you don't have license." I said, "Yep, I know. That's why I'm here, Mama." And so she said she didn't say anything after that. She just went ahead and she says, "Well, where do I go to get you out of here?" And I says, "Well, I don't know. This is not a place I hang out at. I can't really tell you." So she found out where she needed to go pay the $62.50. And she went and paid the $62.50, and they let me out. And from that day till the day she passed, she has never ever said anything about that tape recorder. Never. And you don't think that I did? Because I never said anything about it either. Because I didn't want to hear what I had done. Because I knew what I had done was wrong. And just like my mom had a nice job, so we always tried to respect her and respect her job. We wasn't troubled kids. We didn't get in trouble and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm gonna do this leg, and then I'm gonna end this video because I don't want it to go to an hour, and we have been here for a while already. But I had a fun life. Uh, I grew up silly and having fun and making people laugh and enjoying life. But I've always been a loner. I got tickets to shows at downtown to see the stars come and sing, and my tickets would always be sold a few days before the show because I would just think about I'm going to be in a crowd of people. And my mom did that. She did that several times before she decided, well, girl, we're just not going to keep doing this because you are not going to go. There's no need in you thinking that you're going to want to go because you really don't want to go. And I really did want to go, more or less. I don't know. I guess I did. Um, Up until the closer it got, the more and more that I didn't want to go. So I think I was 30 something years old when I went to my first concert. And that was the only one that I've ever been to. That was enough. And it was my birthday, the reason I actually went, but that was enough for me. I'm okay. It's never been a thing. My husband gave me that as a birthday present. It's never been a thing for me to want to go back to another concert. I'm good. Okay. So I have one more leg, one more arm to do, and I'll do it off camera. And I really do appreciate everybody who stayed around and listened to me yap, 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 and look at me um, put this color on this baby because she is going to turn out to be a beautiful baby. Look at that. Sherry is going to turn out to be such a beautiful baby. And um, go down, 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 and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and like my channel. Leave me a comment on what you think about this pretty baby, and come back and see the next one. Bye bye.